Took me a little bit. Gave me a little bit of time when I got home. Sit down and relax for a second. Get my body calmed down from moving all night. Really think about what I should have been playing. Yeah. I was thinking about Crossout. I'm not gonna play any story game right now, just by the by. I think about Crossout, but honestly, yeah. This game, I enjoy this game. I've already, well, beat the main story technically, but there's still way more to it. It's a roguelike game. There's always gonna be more to it. But I beat all the way up to the end boss at least once. And I haven't even bought Origins yet. I plan on buying Origins. So there's gonna be a whole nother game mode to be playing through anyway. Now you know, I'm late to a lot of games, but I didn't start streaming until recently. Didn't think about it, didn't have time for it. Thought I might as well give myself something to do while I sit here and try to get my life together. So this is it. But now I can actually officially announce that there will be a set schedule for my streaming now. And it's now that I should have my schedule for work pretty much set in stone on what days I'm on, what days I'm off. Most days will be Tuesdays and Wednesdays, pretty much the majority of the time, unless that ever changes. And in terms of streaming, if I feel well enough before or after work, I'm not too tired, or I'm just, not too tired, I'm feeling okay, then I might stream a couple hours every time I get off work or before I go to work, if not both. And try to get as much streaming in as I can, because I would at least get a good couple hours or so. Then on the weekends, those are going to be the longer streams. Those are going to be more based towards the single player games, or the more story heavy games. The ones that take time to actually get through. And I want to do those streams on the weekend, mostly because it will help give us the most time to get through those stories, because there's a lot of games to get through, a lot of games that I need to get through. Some of the, excuse me, some of these games I've already started on, some of them I've already beaten halfway through, some of them I've only gotten a quarter of the way through. But I made enough progress on some of these games, I just cannot see myself starting over, at least not yet. Once you set if I was more near the beginning of a lot of these games, I would say, fuck it. I will just start over for the stream, and such. But, yeah, a lot of these games, I've already done a decent portion enough that I don't feel like starting over would be worth it. If you guys really want to see what goes on more towards the beginning of the games and such, then you will have the want to play it yourselves. Because maybe that me being here playing these games could be a big inspiration for that. You know? So, and I hope it is. Truth be told, I hope it is a big inspiration to be able to go play these games for yourselves, because they do. They need the attention, the criticism, the positivity or negativity, whichever it may be. Don't be hateful. Give them proper feedback. Yeah, maybe something doesn't work out well. Don't get bought enough, it flops. But don't sit there and say, oh, this game is freaking awful. You never should have did that, blah, blah. Don't do that. It does nothing but send straight negativity to the point that it downs them. It downs them that they don't want to do anything else with it. When a lot of these games that they actually come out with, a lot of these games they come out with, like, I'm going to throw it out there, a title way back when, Back for Blood. I actually enjoyed that game. I did. The gameplay was fun. The creatures, zombies, a virus was not a bad idea. There was fair amount going on there, and they even added a cult in there that where you could actually fight enemies that fired back at you. So it had a bit of a mix between actual gunfights as well as horded zombies. So it's like I think what makes these games miss the mark is a lot of their features. Like for me, Back for Blood would have lasted a lot longer, in my opinion. There was no point to the rarity system. They should have never done that. I'm sorry. I understand you were trying maybe going for something else, but the rarity system just did not work in this stance. You should have just had it straight normal, different weapons, but different this. Maybe added the function of random attachments being thrown out throughout the map that you could slap on your gun. Oh, I found a scar. Well, over here. Oh, is this an ACOG? Strap it on. Like, it's not that hard. And that simple feature alone would have made the biggest difference in that entire game. There was no reason for the rarity system. Oh, because what's the point of the rarity system if you're not really going to keep any of it? Honestly, in my opinion. It should have been base, set, and point for Left 4 Dead base rules. Added the extra function of attachments. You were competing against World War Z at that point in time. World War Z had it in the bag. I'm sorry, they did. Their game's good. It's fun to play, especially with friends. But, man, Back 4 Blood had so much potential. They should have never gave up on it. I wish I had the money and the know-how to be able to game develop and the team to do it. If you guys would have hand me the title, I would at least be able to tell you, hey, change this, this, and this. And then I promise you it will sell. I'm sorry. Left 4 Dead was my shit. Left 4 Dead was my childhood zombie game. You want advancement into something that's different for the genre, I can give it to you. That feature alone would, like I said, that small feature, attachment system, get rid of the rarity system, go back to base Left 4 Dead, add attachment system. Boom. You advanced Left 4 Dead system by a fair leap because you gave the players a different type of customization that felt not just nostalgic, but new. The rarity system was a weird, completely out of the blue thing that did not work with what system you had in mind. I'm sorry if I'm going on a tangent about this. I really am. But I poured a fair amount of money on a lot of these titles. And man, it just feels like they gave up. They just gave up halfway through because it's like they can't stand the feedback of everybody. Yeah, you're getting all this negativity, but don't take it as negativity. Take it as criticism to uplift you to, hey, maybe we should change this and this. This please the audience a bit more. Like, do changes, experiments, keep going with it. That's why even after everything that Helldivers is going through, it is still a lively game that is not yet dead. Even after all the fucking shit it's been through with all the controversy and its social media stuff, it's not dead. Players are trying to give hope that that game will come together and be what it's meant to be and at the end of it all, regardless, you know. And that hope should be spread to other titles, like Back 4 Blood. There has to be, guys, I know nobody's watching this right now. I understand that, but this will be saved on YouTube, and I don't know if this will be seen. But for crying out, somebody out there has to know what this is happening and have to. If I had the money and know how, I would chase it. I would chase it because every single one of these titles is started with, might not ended like it, but started as a goal, as a end mine, as something they wanted to create. Where's the art? I understand company, corporations, blah blah, this that, boo hoo. I get it, but the art is dying because of greed and corporations, and it needs to stop. I'm sorry, just getting it out there. We need to go back to our roots of why we started making games to begin with, not just because of technology leaps and such. Why did we functionally made a game to pass our time? Look where it evolved to. Something beautiful and amazing in many different titles. So much potential. And some games out there are just fine and perfect how they are, honestly. If I can name a game, fine and perfect how they are, always never needing to change. My memory's going fuzzy, so let me look here. Honestly, that recent game I've been playing, Returnal. Returnal. Even with how many times I have died and how hard that game can actually be, I'm still having fun with it and it's still pushing me forward to beat the game, to want to play it. Because the gameplay's fun, the story. Apologies, folks. Didn't realize I was reminding myself of certain things, certain titles. Returnal is the most one of the recent streams I've done. I love that game. I actually really do. It is fun, gameplay wise, story wise too, because it mixes that cosmic horror so well with a simple roguelite third person shooter, a bullet hell shooter of all things too. No matter how hard it is, no matter how many times I die, I'm going to enjoy playing that. That's one of those games that just all in terms of bugs and such, of course, fix those. Fix the bugs and glitches and such. Make it as pristine as you can. That's kind of the point, you know. But for what it is, other than just adding more content that so people can enjoy more of the game that you guys think of, like don't change anything. Keep it as it is and just add that content. Returnal was perfect in that, my opinion, in that standpoint. And I'm sure it had its hot fixes and tweaks and such, especially in the multiplayer sense when you co-op. Who knows how powerful two people can be with the weapons that it has. I found some pretty powerful combos in those weapons that are freaking gnarly. I've never played co-op in that game, so I don't know how crazy that could get, or even a difficulty leap for that matter. I imagine there's a difficulty leap if you have a second person in there. So, and there's not many roguelikes, for that matter, that have multiplayer. So, that right there is a rare feature among a lot of roguelikes, and it works. And in terms of the story, they made it work because there's a whole dimensional time loop crap happening. She's finding bodies of herself and everything else. So why shouldn't she possibly go through the shock of you're me, finding yourself? It's like you're finding all kinds of bodies of yourself. Why wouldn't there come across at some point a live version of yourself? How would you interact in that sense? That's the whole cosmic horror part of that game that I'm trying to fully understand. There's a lot to that game. And I refuse to look up a lore video before I actually sit there and theorize and beat the game for myself. Once I beat the game and I sit there and I think about it for a moment, then I might go watch a lore video to see how much of it I was right or wrong. either way, I'm gonna enjoy it regardless. Returnal was just one of those type of games that just didn't need much changing. It was perfect as it is. And there's all kinds of those type of titles out there too. Uh, Shadow of the Colossus. I've never played the first one. I played a little bit of the remake they had, and I haven't touched it. But all the reviews I've ever heard about, even from the old one of the best, most childhood games ever out there. And playing a little bit of the second one, even if as I did, the only reason I stopped because there were just so many titles coming out. And that is one on the list I plan on going back and at least beating. Because that game is fucking beautiful. Like, in my opinion, that game is like uh, Ghost of Tsushima type of beautiful. So, playing that as a stream ahead, that's one of those titles I can just fucking restart because I'm not that far at all. At all. I might as well restart because I barely remember much of it anyway. At least in terms of like how to actually play the game. So, enjoy that in the future. But yeah, I find hope that possibly we will get back to what games were meant to be in one form or another. They were meant to be fun. They were meant to be adventurous. They were meant to be escape to the reality that we are right now. Not addiction. Not a new reality. Just an escape for a bit. So we can tolerate the world that we do live in. To help us live in it. So we can do better for each other rather than push each other away all the time. Video games almost has become a thing like that too, part of it anyway. And it sucks to see it go down that route that possibly it could take over people's lives. But that is still to the individual person, to whether to see that in themselves or not. I sit here and enjoy this as a hobby to the best of my ability. I try my best not to let it consume my life, and it doesn't. This is a console. This is a video game. This is not life. And no matter how much we might be able to change our reality, I could care less. At the end of the day, that's a video game. This is it. This is here. So, I could put down the dang thing if I absolutely had to. Like, survival standards at least. Maybe to someone who I care and love. I could throw that thing out the window. There's other things to experience in this world and do. You don't have to play video games. I play video games. I grew up with it. I find potential and hope that video games could be a good thing for us rather than a bad thing. And I hope we keep steering better and better in that direction. But sometimes with the things I see nowadays in terms of the community and such, it becomes an iffy slope with that. But I am someone who tries my best to have hope with things. So, I do. And hopefully it'll happen. End of tangent, end of rant, end of talk. I am so sorry we have been sitting here for damn 20 minutes ranting about this. So, let's just get to playing to the game. Give me one moment. I need to access my actual YouTube app and get that part out of the way. Alright. I apologize for the 20-minute rant, but god dang. For some reason, I felt like I needed to get that out. I frustrate myself for wasting other people's time for talking about my own crap. Yeah, I'm sorry. Honestly, I don't even remember what I'm doing with this character, so we're just gonna be done with it for now. We're not continuing with that run. We're just gonna start a different run and deal with it. Oh, no. Did I get... I got some from the run, so I might as well spend it. Says I got a weapon for you. What? You're a swordsman. Oh, dang. That's quite the buff. Now, mind you, I've never played through the entirety of a lot of these, like, Samurai Warriors, Dynasty Warriors, all the like. I haven't played enough of them to know everything, so I'm experimenting with what characters I remember that is good and what I could experiment with that might be good. We shall see. So far, I enjoy her. I played her in other games. I enjoyed her. I played a good couple of these. Not a lot, though. I think it was Dynasty Warriors 8. I think maybe Dynasty Warriors 7 or 8, maybe 6. God, it's been so long I don't remember. One of those is when I last ended on. I enjoy playing her. I don't know what game she comes from. I don't know if I've ever seen her, but yeah, she is a very good one in this. She's the one who actually ended up beating the boss for the first time. The final boss. Supposedly final boss for the main story, but of course, like I said, there's always more. There's always more. Yeah, he's rather powerful. Checking everyone that actually has weapons and walk away from him. Those are the... Oh, yeah. I also enjoy her. I want to unlock her actual illusion piercer, her unique weapon. She does assassin-based stuff. Man, her stuff could be widespread too, and with her being ice type, it just... Yeah, I tell you what, we're gonna go with that. Yeah. This be a pair of crystal saplings. Just one to produce it. Yeah. Oh no. Unlocking her unique weapon is what's going to get rid of major buffs and do her difficulties. But this is only the first difficulty. We should be fine. At least hoping. Gotta remember them combos. One thing they didn't change in terms of the Warrior games is the combos are definitely the same. Yes, been playing other games, so it's keep pressing the wrong button. I think we should roll up. Let me roll out. I don't know we're gonna get nothing fantastic. That's... You are an extremely powerful character, though. We're not gonna waste all of our re-rolls on that. We're going for car. Alright. Instead of just chancing it, we might as well just guarantee something. So we're definitely going here. So used to circle being dodged and kind of other Can we get someone else, maybe? Why are you always strength? Not gonna be too picky. We're trying to mostly go more for increase her ice power and her speed, as well as maybe her wisdom. I think we'll try and throw some more sleight in there as well. It just seems more of her style, so we'll make the choices that it goes with. I usually just go with what formation she thinks is best. To me, it just feels right. We'll go get some. Where are they? Blood Embers? God, I can't remember. I can't remember what the old man. Tears of blood, that's what they were. Okay. Yeah, we'll make ourselves. We'll go get a speed type. Double speed, or I would do speed. Yeah, let's change the formation. That's better. Yeah, already has some decent. Still keep doing some more here. Which should be able to still kind of the speech again. No, don't help him matter. Quietly roll down. I'll still do my best to follow regulations best I can. Or policies, or whatever you want to fucking call them. Jesus. People are so sensitive to the certain word of K-I-L-L. My God. Let's see here. Yeah, you're definitely it. Whatever he says. I can double check. Do they have it? Or is it always just their general language? I guess I can't do the language. I want, like I said, I'm just circle B dodge. So, yeah, I can wrap it out. Yeah, honestly, you can get quite nutty powerful. Just be dirty. Yeah, we don't want that. Charge attack increase. Nope, I'm not gonna do that. Increasing that attack would be nice. Where do I go? Hey, Mecha. Yeah.
選ぶがよい。
微力ながら私も尽くしましょう。行くぜ。
Increase driver rate, increase taxes. Get even more heroes out of it. Might as well. Maybe we'll get some gold. Oh, twisted. You're a powerful character anyways, I might as well. Oh my goodness. Apologies, I had to send a text message real quick. This is quite the choices, and I think increase our max health, honestly. Oh, might as well. Again, memories of the dead. That would be nice, honestly. More. All but two. Yeah. I think. Yeah, me too. Let's still use the okay. I thought that would cancel it out. Thank God. Ooh. Okay, we'll go towards the ice one. Give me one while I get text back again. Oh, this phone. Would you stop? My God. Okay. And now, I mean, take up so much of your time just sitting there. Text is all here about. Ow. Alright, well, yeah. I will take it. That's pretty good. Might as well. Alright, on to okay, come on.
したくない。これで終わりにしてあげる。
各文献行きます。
He can be a bit of a rough fight. Nothing compared to the next one. Right. For treasure. One of these two, I think. This honestly proves the most useful right now. Getting health back after every phase is, at the start of every phase is actually nice. Let's see here. 15 to 4 phases. Why not? Let's extend it.
しないで。散って。
準備はよろしいですね。
後悔したくない。これで終わりにしてあげる。
We'll take that type of I mean, what is that? Exactly 4. Why not? Might as well.
抵抗しないで。散って。 抗しないで。散って。
みんなまとめて吹っ飛ばすだ。
抵抗しないで。散って。
ここは私が。
抵抗しないで。散って。
力を尽くしましょう。さあ突撃です。
後悔したくない。これで終わりにしてあげる。我に答え。
我は超文言なり。
I didn't mean to undo it. That was my bad. Let's get more fun ended. The more that we get, the more characters we get unlocked. We'll just walk all the way up there.
ここは私が。